What's up guys, ShinyHunterDestroyer here and welcome back to a brand new Pocket Monsters anime discussion video. Today I'll be talking about episode 19, which is titled, I Am Ditto. All I can say after this episode is that I love Team Rocket so much. This episode started off with Ash and Go heading somewhere where a film is being produced. It's called a studio. They arrived there seeing a scene of a film being recorded. This scene consisted of two Gardevoirs, that's what it looked like. We see that one of the Gardevoirs is actually a Ditto transformed into a Gardevoir. However, this Ditto wasn't able to perfectly do her part. The director, Coretta, is very strict about getting everything correct, so he lashed out at Ditto for messing up. Ditto couldn't take this kind of behavior from the director, so he went and ran away, leaving the studio behind. We see Ash and Go try to chase down Ditto afterwards. While they tried to look for Ditto, it looks to be that Ditto was on a tree all along. However, they seemed to get closer and closer to Ditto, and Ditto didn't want to be caught by them, so he spotted someone walking and they were holding a bag. Ditto jumped into that bag and hid in there. It turns out that Ditto jumped into Team Rocket's bag, and more specifically Jesse's bag, which is bad, right? Well, no, this is Team Rocket. They can still be nice and awesome, and well, they kinda did that, kinda. Team Rocket was at the studio earlier trying to get in and saw, they saw Ditto kinda mess up at their part. When they found Ditto, they thought Ditto got fired, so they thought it was safe to assume to pick up Ditto for their team. Obviously, at first, they thought about making this Ditto a part of an evil plan to steal Pokemon, until they realized that Ditto isn't really perfect at this transformation thing quite yet. So, they gave Ditto a little bit of a training exercise. They went outside to the public to perform a magic trick where basically your Pokemon will be teleported from one box to another. However, Ditto will be in the other box instead of the trainer's Pokemon, and, they'd be stealing the trainer's Pokemon instead. Obviously, it didn't work, and, because that would be way too easy for them, and Ditto just wasn't good enough to pass as someone else's Pokemon. Unless that other Pokemon was a Ditto. After a little bit of pep talk from Team Rocket, Ditto was able to transform perfectly into Wobbuffet for a little bit. They go back to their HQ and try again, but it doesn't work. This is where they ultimately realize Ditto can't transform perfectly when nervous. Afterwards, Team Rocket gives Ditto tips on how to ease your mind when you're nervous. Okay, it's time to try this magic trick again now that, Ditto doesn't have to be nervous all the time. Now he can, do it correctly. With a Ditto that can now transform, it's time to shine with Pikachu, because obviously going for that is going to be the biggest and greatest, and it will be the best, and there will be no problems at all because it's Pikachu, and Pikachu will never escape. They come up to Ash and Go and tell them that they will be performing a little bit of a magic trick. Pikachu is eager to get in on this magic trick, so he jumps into the box. Pikachu, instead of teleporting to the other box, gets trapped in a different container entirely, while in the other box, Ditto is transformed into Pikachu. This time, the transformation was perfect, or, in terms of looks. However, this didn't fool Ash and his friendship with Pikachu. He was easily able to spot out that this was a fake, so Team Rocket revealed who they were. This is where they realized that Ditto wasn't actually fired because Ash and Go were telling them that, Ditto needs to come back. Ditto, you need to go back to the studio and all that kind of stuff. With the manager, of course. In the meantime, Team Rocket flees from Pikachu and everyone else. Arriving back at HQ, they think really hard on what to do with Ditto. Now that they know where Ditto truly lies, who Ditto still really belongs to, and, well, now they need to make a decision. Should they bring Ditto back? Jessie, being an actress, wants Ditto to be successful, so she does what we can assume to be the right thing. Initially, Team Rocket ordered a ransom from the movie studio to get Ditto back. However, this was just a way to get someone from the movie studio to Team Rocket. Obviously, they brought a whole load of cash to the meetup spot where Team Rocket was waiting. Team Rocket starts telling them to hand over the money and sort of stuff like that. Raboot tries to attack but is blocked by Wobbuffet. Jessie tries to get a Thunderbolt out of Pikachu, and after being more and more obvious that that's what she wanted to happen, Ash, even though he had no idea why, which could have totally backfired by the way, told Pikachu to use Thunderbolt. Here, Team Rocket let themselves get hit. It turns out they wanted Ditto to go back, and this is how they did it. With everything Ditto learned, Ditto went back to the movie studio, did everything that he learned with Team Rocket, and performed their part successfully. And with that, the episode comes to an end. So, honestly, what do I talk about here? This was a filler episode that wasn't really important to anything, really. Ditto was a fun Pokemon to follow this episode, and the only thing I can really highlight about all these shenanigans in this episode is Team Rocket. Though Team Rocket is supposed to be our little evil team, this is Pokemon, so Jessie and James get a pass. Jessie had such a great interaction with Ditto throughout this whole episode, and I mean, even though they were with each other for a very short time, Jessie obviously got pretty connected with Ditto. Team Rocket has always had that special place in my heart, and this episode has reminded me why. Even though they try to steal Pokemon, they still have that love for Pokemon in their hearts. It's just orders to get Pokemon for the boss. This episode also reminded me how I think it would really suck if Jessie and James don't have their own Pokemon to bond with this series. I mean, I don't even think Chudo counts right now. I think the whole rocket vending thing is a huge downgrade to how they usually raise Pokemon. The way they get to grow more with their individual Pokemon and having to go through the same emotions as our main characters, it's something that I love from Team Rocket. If that's something that's truly going to be gone this series, it's going to be really disappointing to me. But you know what? I don't think that they're gonna go this series without having their individual Pokemon. I mean, the vending is cool and all, but it's pretty boring in my opinion because they just keep getting Pokemon, and like these Pokemon really don't mean anything besides they're big and strong most of the time, maybe. Overall, this episode was okay. You can't really expect a lot from filler episodes, but I think Ditto and Team Rocket provided an episode that was watchable. It also gave me lots of reminders on how I want Team Rocket to be. However, this episode can't hide from the fact that it just wasn't too exciting to watch, and it was just a filler episode. So honestly, it wasn't that great to watch, even though Team Rocket's awesome. But I mean, also Team Rocket's awesome. So if you need some entertainment, it will get you some of that. But if you want to skip some episodes, this is an episode to skip. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys did enjoy, please consider hitting the like button because that is super highly appreciated. If you want to see more content like this, hit subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any more of my videos. What do you think about this episode? Let me know in the comments section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Have a nice day, guys. Peace out.